If your teen has learning disabilities and is way behind on homework, here's how you can help them catch up on missing assignments so they can pass their classes before the end of semester and stay on track for graduation without endless stress. Because as we know, stress can increase learning disorder symptoms, and that's the last thing that they need right now. My name is Raina. I've worked with hundreds of neurodivergent students in my 12-year career, helping them pass their classes alongside learning disorders like ADHD, dyslexia, autism, executive function disorder, auditory processing disorder, and a lot more of them. I even literally had one student turn 3 Fs into passing grades in just 3 months of working together. One of those grades became an A-. I was so proud of her, and more importantly, she finally felt proud of herself. She felt ready to graduate on time and start a career that made her happy, and it was just a really rewarding experience, and that's just one example. I personally have learning disabilities and physical disabilities that I've overcome, so I understand, even if just in small ways, what your child is going through, and even more importantly, how to support them through those obstacles. I actually went from struggling a lot in elementary school for years to maintaining the highest GPA in my high school class of 400 students for 4 years in a row. Having the highest GPA doesn't matter. It's not important. But what is important from that story is that your child does have hope. It just takes them having the right tools to lean into their strengths. If you are looking for one-on-one, really high-touch support for your student, check out the link in the description and you can apply for a free consult. I just have one spot open because I like to keep it close-knit while I'm working with the student. So while you're here, 4 ways to help your student catch up on homework even alongside learning disabilities. Before I dig in, just don't forget to apply these tips for your teen's individual needs because everybody's different. So step 1, emailing your neurodivergent students, counselors, and homework to learn how to prioritize homework. Counselors and teachers, not homework. So as you know, your teen might struggle with prioritizing assignments or knowing where to start. Emailing their teachers and counselors can help you identify a lot of really important information, like which classes are required for graduation. For example, some electives might not even affect graduation while others do. So you don't want your student wasting time on classes if they just need to focus on the core ones. It'll show you which teachers allow late work and grade recovery. Some teachers might be like, hey, I just have these 2 projects. If your student finishes them, they can pass. And that would be a great opportunity, right? If your child has slow processing speed, dyslexia, or working memory challenges or something similar, ask teachers if they can extend deadlines or offer modified assignments. Of course, if there's already an IEP or 504 in place, this might already be a given, in which case I would still definitely recommend double checking that your student is being given these opportunities, because sometimes teachers forget or sometimes they're waiting for the student to ask, and you just really want to make sure that those are being implemented. Step 2, advocate for homework modifications based on the student's strengths. Whether your teen has IEP, a 504, or is undiagnosed, I really believe that you have the right to advocate for their learning needs, because I believe that every child has the right to differentiated instruction because we all learn differently, so education should be different for each of us. If your student has ADHD, talk to the teachers about having assignments broken into smaller steps, or you can do that with your kid. Dyslexia, speech-to-text tools. If your student has autism or processing disorders, maybe structured templates or graphic organizers for essays might really help. Another option is auditory processing disorder. I struggle a lot with that. Asking teachers to give their students written instructions instead of verbal-only instructions. Those are all some examples. Step 3, helping your high schooler prioritize assignments to boost grades quickly. Quickly is the key word here because I know there's not always enough time. So now that you've collaborated with the teachers and the counselors, you'll want to find out which subjects are your teen's biggest strengths and their biggest struggles, how much time is left before final grades are up. For example, if your teen only has 3 hours before grades close, it might be smarter to try to help them raise a 59% in math to a 60 to pass and not have to retake the class, rather than trying to spend those 3 hours raising a 19% in science to a 70% on such short notice. Strategy really matters. I've literally helped students jump an entire letter grade just hours before final grades closed, just by creating a targeted strategy. I said, hey, you're good at math, you have this one project due, it'll raise your grade, and you'll be good to go. And lastly, don't forget about chunking into smaller, attainable goals, especially for neurodivergent kids. Having a lot of overwhelm and big projects can put them into a fight or flight response. So instead of saying, hey, finish all of these 100 missing assignments as soon as possible, try something like, let's complete this 100-point project this week. We'll break it into 7 tasks over 7 days, and now we can figure it out, right? If your child has dysgraphia or processing speed disorder, handwriting might slow them down, so ask their teachers if they can type assignments or use voice to text instead, and don't be afraid to advocate for those things because it's not cheating, right? It's a tool that helps your student get things done and helps your student learn. So raising grades, it's not a one-size-fits-all strategy. It takes customized advocacy and students getting their right to learning modifications or accommodations. So I try to take that off your plate with my one-on-one coaching. I handle teacher communication and advocacy, which is a lot easier when you speak teacher and know the lingo and the options and know how to get the teacher on board. I create customized learning strategies to help your kid pass high school without that burnout, helping your team feel empowered and confident and motivated to graduate. If you are wanting that one-on-one expert support to help your teen catch up and graduate, I do have a spot available for this semester. I have a free consultation. You can check out the link in the description. You'll apply to that consultation using the link, and if we're a good fit, we can have a free consult. You can see how you feel about my strategies, how your student feels about me, and if we're the right fit, we could get started immediately. And just a bit more about me. I have 12 years experience. I have a master's degree in education, California English teaching credential, bachelor's degree in literature and writing. I've also struggled with F's, D's, and C's in elementary school due to my own learning disorders. I remember crying during so many long evenings of homework because a few questions would take me so much longer than it took the other kids. And on top of all of that, I'd still get bad scores to show for all of it. One teacher even just said that I blew it. They didn't know that I had a learning disability, so they just assumed that I wasn't trying. And that's just not true. And I don't want your student to ever feel that way. And once I learned how to work with my neurodivergent brain, that's when I was able to rank number 1 in GPA for 4 years in high school, and I graduated with a semester of college credit from AP classes. So there's so much hope for your child. They can transform their learning experience for a brighter future and just a better present as well. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Don't forget to check out the description for your free consultation, and like and subscribe because I have a lot more videos coming. And I can't wait to get to know you and your teen more. Thanks so much.